Good morning.
How's everyone doing on this last week before spring break? A lot of work, Silas? A lot of work?
Ton of work. I got a test tomorrow, but strive for greatness.
What class?
Econ.
Money moves.
Money moves. We're making money moves.
I got an ethics test coming up in like 2 hours.
How are your ethics?
Pretty good. I got some pretty good ethics if I say so.
I think you have good ethics. I'd say you have good ethics.
All right, for everyone who was listening at 9 a.m. on the dot, kudos to you. But that was not us playing the music.
But shout out to them. That was
shout out to them.
I was vibing.
Autoplay PC here at WSPN. We're gonna switch up the vibes a little bit and go with some A Boogie with the Hoodie from.
Where is he from in New York?
High Bridge.
Where is
About
it?
a block away from Washington Heights. Not a block. It's across the river.
In Grand Theft Auto map, where am I headed?
It's a little outside of Liberty City, northeast of Liberty City. So here's OD by A Boogie with the Hoodie. Clean version, of course.
Clean. So
And we're back.
we are back. The Nuggets last night went to the Staples Center, take on the Lakers, LeBron, and the chaos. LeBron, despite them losing, surpassed Michael Jordan as the fourth leading scorer ever. I think he has like 28,000 points or something.
33,000.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Bro, he's been on that for a while. But I was just wondering, do you think it means anything?
Honestly, in the long run, yes, it definitely means something. I mean, you're number 4 all time. But this season, absolutely not. Like, you passing Michael Jordan does not make us forget that the Lakers have had one of the worst seasons ever.
Yeah.
Not like in terms of objective basketball, but in terms of like the media frenzy, like failed expectations, no team chemistry.
Awful.
Just terrible.
But
Terrible.
it felt like I was listening that LeBron was hearing all of the criticism for losing in the finals, which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
When Mike didn't make the playoffs, nobody said anything. It's like a lost season.
Yeah, no one said anything. It's like it doesn't even matter.
So do you think, like, as LeBron's career progresses and they don't make the playoffs this year, but then he wins a finals, people forget?
That's a good question. You know, with LeBron, I feel like people never forget anything, and they just use any excuse to
tear him down.
defame his legacy. Like when he had cramps, apparently that was his fault.
Bro.
And MJ would never get cramps
Bro.
because MJ's the GOAT. What? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, no. But,
Also, I saw this stat on a graphic on the game last night. LeBron was, 3-6 in the finals, and Jordan 6-0. LeBron had never been booted out of the first round. Michael Jordan 3 times.
and
Didn't win a playoff.
they erased the tape of Mike losing to Penny and Shaq. You know that, like,
Really?
after they beat them when Mike came back, like,
Yeah.
midway through, they
Yeah.
they deleted the tape. Mike had it deleted.
They would do that. Nike, Phil Knight, you know, it's all
Nike,
marketing.
I'm wearing Under Armour right now, and I
Are
feel
you?
great.
Are you
I'm
wearing
not.
Under-
I'm not wearing Under Armour.
Shout out
but
Under
shout out Under
Armour.
Armour. Bro, everybody needs to stand with Under Armour at this time of controversy. They make
Why? What
bro,
do they do for us?
As a kid, as a young athlete, were you rocking Under Armour?
No.
Not like around. No one ever did that. Underneath.
Oh, I mean, yeah. 'cause
Over the
They're
pants.
the only ones who made it.
No, because it felt right.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
it felt right, exactly.
As an 8-year-old athlete, I was just like, you know what? Under
Under
Armour,
Armour.
it just feels right.
Do the Lakers make the playoffs?
No, sadly. It pains me to say, as a day one Lakers fan, that's day one of free agency this summer. It pains me to say the Lakers will not make the playoffs this year. We need to just
Are there like
focus up on-
16 games left?
I believe so.
Because if there's 16 games left and they're only 2 games out, I honestly could see them sneak in.
I would see it if the Clippers and the Kings were like fringe playoff teams because they were in similar positions as the Lakers where they're failing expectations. But no, those teams are both should be lottery teams, but they're just playing hungry. They're gonna play hard every game, and I don't see them slipping any games. Like 4.5 games, that's way too big of a lead.
Honestly, before we hit the commercial break and PSA, shout out to the Kings. Like everybody.
Shout out Buddy Hield, who's
Yes.
actually like 37. Even though everyone thought he was 24.
Everyone makes fun of the Kings each offseason because every year they're dumb and draft Ben McLemore and Yogi Ferrell and Jesse Jackson.
Willie Collins.
But I like Marvin, and De'Aaron Fox is good.
Harry
honestly.
Giles. Great pickup.
No.
It was, great pickup.
Dude.
Harry Giles and Jason Tatum, number 1 and 2.
Yeah, in
their
high school,
class.
bro. It's not high school anymore.
Yeah, he tore his ACL. That's why you haven't heard about him. But he's coming back with a
Adrian
vengeance.
Peterson tore his ACL and ran for 2,000 yards.
Okay, but he's Adrian Peterson.
Yeah, well,
there's a
separate the
difference.
week
Let
from
Harry
the
Giles
not
grow
week.
a little. Is he even
Bro,
21 yet?
Honestly, true. Let them grow.
Yeah,
let
him grow. Growth mindset.
Before we go, because I don't want to pull up Bill Simmons, shout out Ringer, for the
What does that
inspiration,
even mean? Please.
where I talk about the Sixers subtly and not so subtly the entire time. So Philly is playing. Oh, I won't talk about that. No. How do you guys lose to the Bulls?
Yeah, that's honestly kind of
Seriously,
disgusting.
what's wrong with
What are
them,
you doing?
bro? I really, we don't have, like, notable, or not even notable, like, evident dysfunction, but I was listening to Lowe and Arnovitz, you know, that nerdy guy, and they were hinting at Embiid getting traded. I'm not even kidding. Like, they threw it in.
Like, that's what the reports are saying?
Yeah. No, like, they're trying to keep it in-house, but Lowe knows all.
I don't see why you would trade Embiid. He's like the corner piece of that franchise. Not Ben Simmons. He can't shoot a jump shot.
I would trade Embiid, but we can talk about that after the PSA.
Stay tuned. PSA soon come.
In a few minutes, we will talk Joel Embiid. And is he getting traded this summer?
Stay tuned for the answer.
Sly.global believes in imagination and objectivity. We aim to create the best content, stimulate conversation, and perhaps most important, inspire through informed and unbiased reflection in the increasingly polarized world of sports. Join us on Instagram at Sly.global or on our website at www.sly.global/aboutus. Forget the about us, but learn more at Sly.global. The future moving forward.
Did you throw that? All right, we're back. Embiid trade talks. What is this?
Well, it's known that he's uncomfortable in Philly when he has to share the spotlight. He really does. Like, I went to a few games. He is like a little boy who's talented and is the best player on your AAU team in, like, 4th grade because he's, like, 5'7".
I mean, this is like his, 6th year of actually playing basketball, right? Because he started when he was, 16.
Yeah. But
It makes sense.
I guess but it hurts the team. I mean, I also personally, I get it, he's a center we've never really seen, but, he doesn't stretch the floor
Yes,
as
he
well
does.
as people say.
But, when you have a center that has such a good low-post game like that, you don't want him to stretch the floor.
Bro,
you don't
you
want
need it.
Kevin Love. You want an auto bucket, and he's an auto bucket. You
Embiid.
dump it down. Yo, Embiid, go get a bucket. Back to the basket. Boom, boom. Shimmy,
Dude,
shimmy.
and what happens
It's a
when we
score.
see the Celtics, when the Sixers...
That's why you have Jimmy Butler. That's why you have Tobias Harris.
It's too
That's why you
crowded.
should have Ben Simmons to be able to make a jump shot.
Well,
but
he's
no.
busy.
Doing what? Playing Fortnite and
Getting to the
engaging
basket.
in talks with good old Kendall Jenner.
I'd love to know what they talk. If anybody has any tips on what they talk about,
Call in.
please call in.
518 580
5783.
83.
But yeah, we can halt the Embiid talks. I just think it's interesting.
Yeah.
When superstars get flipped for pennies on the dollar.
All right, let's talk about this media frenzy crazy. What's going on with that?
Social media has disrupted the world we live in today.
Really
But actually, though, like, social media is ridiculous.
It is.
Especially when it comes to building a team and a culture. When you play a game with your teammates and then you leave the game and you go on your phone like every other person does.
Yeah.
And you see what they say to the reporter, you see what they may not have even said, you see what the fans say. Like, you literally see thousands of voices that you used to never have to deal with.
I think the fact that NBA teams have to deal with social media is a little ridiculous. Like, on my JV basketball team, my coach shouldn't have to worry about, yo, guys, don't bring your phones out on the court with you when you're playing. Like, keep it off the bench. Don't bring it out during team meetings. But somehow, NBA players don't get that. Why are you tweeting at halftime? Why is the first thing you think when you lose a game to go on Twitter on your burner account and defend yourself? Go put some shots up. Like, get off Twitter.
That is the old school and the right mentality, but people are so addicted to themselves and what people have to say.
But how is getting on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook,
Maybe
Pinterest,
they use it as
Snapchat,
fuel.
how's that going to get you better at basketball?
It's either excellent fuel, where you read all these haters like, damn, Marcus Morris hit bricks, like, he sucks. Marcus Morris is awful. Or it's like, Marcus Morris is the best LeBron stopper in the league.
So you're saying
he's like, yeah, I am.
So you're saying they use it as fuel because they want to prove the haters wrong, or as self-confidence?
Self-confidence boost.
You don't think they're a little self-conscious about themselves?
Bro, they're so self-conscious. The future's only worse, bro. These kids nowadays...
Oh my God! Growing up on overtime,
AAU. They don't go to school. They DM. They play 2K.
They're all verified. Mikey Williams verified as
Shout
an
out
eighth
Mikey.
grader. Shout out him.
You gotta hit me back, bro. Come on.
What'd you hit him with?
Like, you're nice. Come join us.
Bro, you're the reason why it's getting to their heads. An eighth grader is going to a college student and be like, yo, bro, you nice. Pull up to Philly. Come run it with us.
Yeah, run it.
What do you think about Kyrie bashing the media and saying, I just want to play basketball?
Dude, I think this whole Celtics shenanigans with the media, with Kyrie... Cowardry. Is cowardry a word? Cowardness.
I think
cowardry is a cool word, but I think it's just a Danny Ainge, Brad Stevens throwback to Red Auerbach kind of modern day manipulation.
Oh, you think it's all a ploy?
I think it's a ploy.
Explain.
So, Kyrie and Durant, like, the other night after the Celtics, like, unexpectedly beat them, they're friends, they talk afterwards, people say things. And then the reporter asked Durant a question about, Steve Kerr saying he didn't think they were angry, and Durant was like, no, like, I thought anger, like, I thought we were trying to play with some joy. Like, I don't agree with Coach.
Yeah.
And then these little nerdy little reporters just take the quote and paste it, and it becomes big time.
It's ridiculous how they do that.
They have so much. I understand there's ego. Like, Rozier is probably thinking... He knows he's not better than Kyrie. He's thinking, I want more money, I want to play.
I don't know.
And Tatum, Tatum, they're saying, is not as good as advertised. Which I find that hard to believe.
I do not believe that.
Someone was like, yeah, like, he really hasn't worked on his handle. Pretty sure he's got a nice hand.
Yeah,
Tatum's got a nice hand.
What game are you watching?
Like, they have too much
Maybe you're watching Gordon Hayward there.
Bro, and even Hayward, dude, he had like 31.
Oh, yeah, and he hit a game winner.
Shout out to Hayward.
Shout out Hayward.
We really mess with you in Realtor.com and went at your family. But you're nice at ball. I always respected you. You're a little bit of a loser. Like, have some character. But You can hoop.
When you got rid of that bowl cut, that was
Yeah,
a great
thank
step in
God.
the right direction.
A step in the right direction.
Nah, but on to more about Kyrie. He keeps saying, oh, he just wants to play basketball. He doesn't want to answer any of the media questions. But Jalen Rose was saying this, like, perfectly.
Yeah.
The reason why you make so much money, like $20+ million a year, is because of the media. They create these stories. They make people engaged in basketball to want to watch more. And for you to say, like, oh, you don't care about the media, that means that, like, oh, you don't care how much money you get paid. Like, without them, you're not making that much money.
But he
also,
already has so much money.
Yeah, but
it just makes his
if
more.
there was no media, he'd make what, like $1 million a year?
Yeah.
Do you know how much Major League Lacrosse players make?
Like $50,000.
Average salary is like $35,000. That's because they have no media coverage. You could have named
Should we
one
cover
lacrosse player.
Yeah, I can. I know.
Who? In the MLL?
What is this kid's name? He played Cody. That's
Simpson?
a classic name.
Cody Simpson.
Cody Swanky or something. UNC Lacrosse.
Is he in the MLL now? Though?
Yeah. Who cares? But yes. Without
just,
the media, there's no money.
Yeah, so
but
Kyrie,
then,
just shut up and answer the questions.
Honestly.
Like, stop crying. You're not 5.
Yeah.
God.
Get off your actor BS.
Yeah, they're just big babies. All right, and we're back. Shout out BBB, Big Baller Brand.
BBB.
You know, shoes a little expensive, but
they're worth it.
As the motto goes, if you can't afford the shoes, you're not a big baller.
Is that really what the motto is?
I don't think it's their official motto.
It should
LeVar
be. Stay in yo lane.
I
like that. Stay in yo lane.
Yo lane, not yo lane.
Yo.
That's character, you know.
Add some authenticity.
All right, so what do you think about Big Baller Brand hosting their own high school basketball all-star?
I love it. Because LaMelo, not even LaMelo, well, he's a factor. Because everything is rigged, Big Baller Brand had to host their own tournament to recognize the brand and the best player in high school basketball, LaMelo Ball.
That's what I don't get about this whole professionalism, professional versus amateur thing. Like, all these companies are obviously making money from the games. Like, it's called marketing. It's so easy, but you can't give them any of the money.
Yeah.
Like, you're not allowed to make money off your own likeness, but shoe companies can.
Yeah. That doesn't make any sense.
Literally makes no sense
but
at all. Someone should take that to the Supreme Court.
So, I'm sure
I'm going to email them right now.
I'm sure Bron's got it.
That's how
covered.
it works.
He and Durant both invest in overtime and Mars real.
Yeah, sorry, LeBron. I like you, but I don't know if Mars real was the best.
Yeah, bro. You really
best investment.
You were S out of luck there because Durant got overtime. Baby.
I think Maverick Carter led you a bit astray.
Yeah, Mars real, bro. No, but Big Baller Brand tourney. Everybody should watch. LaMelo Ball is the best player in high school basketball.
They also got 4 of the top 50 recruits. I'm surprised.
Yeah.
They don't usually do that.
Who do you get?
It's, Rocket.
And then
James Weissman, right?
Really?
Yeah, he's like number 1 or number 2.
He's going to Memphis with Penny. Bro, talk about college coaches. Penny Hardaway is changing Memphis dramatically.
So? For the better or
for the better, bro. He hired Mike Miller and has like
Mike Miller, the one-shoe wonder. We were watching the Heat series when they beat the Spurs and Mike Miller lost his shoe. Why are people so hype about that? Like, you don't need a shoe to hit a 3. What?
They have Weissman, DJ Jeffries, he was good, guard, Damian Ball. Oh, these are 3 stars.
I mean, you got to get some people, I guess. Why couldn't they get Cole? Oh, I know why. Because Cole's probably already under contract by Nike, and Nike was like, nope.
Cole's going to UNC,
Cole.
I think.
I played against Cole at the JCC when I was young, 9th or 8th grader. He was about in like 6th or 7th grade.
He probably was.
No, we won, but that's only because I was about 2 feet taller than him.
Oh, really?
And did I see the NBA potential? Yes.
Did you actually?
Yes, I
really?
did. Like small little crossover, fast, great shot.
Yeah.
But you know, in 9th grade I was a winner, and I was not gonna lose to a 5th grade Cole.
I think he's a little too cocky.
Oh, he's very cocky, not humble. But all his posts on Instagram is just like, stay humble.
Yeah.
I'm working while he's shooting in
While
Chris
he's doing-
Brickley's gym.
yeah,
like,
Dunk squad.
you're not cocky. You're not humble, bro.
We recently co-wrote a piece on Sly.global about the case for Giannis and the case for James Harden. Personally, I honestly think you wrote the Giannis part. I think it's very hard at this point to decide.
You know, I wrote the Giannis part, and for the sake of the article, I was just making the case, and that would be the story going in, that he's on a best player on the best team. That's always a narrative for MVP. Like, he's playing so well. He's playing within a system, but James Harden is unquestionably the MVP, and it's not even close. The man's averaging like 35 points. He had like
37, 7, and 6.
Like, that's ridiculous.
And they beat Toronto.
He took the Rockets from the 10th seed to what are they now? The 4th seed?
The 4th seed.
That's like...
No, like, Harden is magnificent.
Yeah, and there's not even a
that
question about
little step back and the combo dribble
it's ridiculous.
Actually,
I can't even do that in the apartment. I try all the time and I'm traveling. I don't understand.
That video is great.
Also, for all the people, all the internet refs out there, all the commenters on Bleacher Report and House of Highlights who say it's a travel, if you take away the amount of threes he takes on those step backs, he's still leading the league in scoring.
It's also not a travel. I don't see.
It's
I really
not.
Don't see it as a
If
travel.
it was a travel, they'd call it.
Yeah,
like
it's
they're
like-
professional refs for a reason.
It's a two-step.
Yeah.
It's
Also,
like a dribble into a movement.
he does. It's fluid. It looks good.
Fluidity.
Also, like, you all hate on James Harden, but if he wasn't in the league, who would you hate on next? Giannis? Paul George? You just need someone to hate on. And it's always the best player in the league at the time. Like,
Honestly, that is a fact.
Right.
You guys would hate on Braun when he was king.
yeah.
Now you're hating on Harden when he legitimately is better than LeBron. Currently.
Yes. He is.
No, like-
I was going to dispute that, but no.
He is.
He is. Like,
Harden is 6'6", not awful at defense. And offensively is a nightmare. Nobody wants to guard James Harden. Nobody can guard James Harden.
No one.
And when Chris Paul goes ISO State Farm Han Solo mode,
Cliff
teams
Paul.
are screwed.
Also, you think they can win in the playoffs playing the style they're playing right now?
I think they have, like, their regular season James Harden style. Their regular season, let's get, like, as many threes up as we possibly can
Yeah.
and see how many we can hit.
Yeah.
And then they hit the playoffs and they mesh that style into let's, like, be normal.
Yeah.
And then fourth quarter, we're just going to do ISO.
People are saying the Warriors are locked to win the championship.
They are not.
Which they've been saying for 4 years. Let's not forget, the Rockets took them to 7 games, and in that game 6, before Chris Paul went down, it was looking tough for the Warriors.
It was tough.
And DeMarcus Cousins, great center, he's not really helping the Warriors that much.
He is a horrible fit.
He doesn't fit
He
at all.
doesn't fit.
Like, it's great on paper, but like
No,
we were
like
saying last week and the week before that, you need a system.
You need that system.
You need that system.
Build the system.
I don't know if Boogie Cousins fits it. Like, I mean, he argues as much as them and gets as many T's, but
He gets way
it's not
too
basketball.
angry over nothing.
Like, calm down. What did he said to he was fighting someone last week or a couple of days ago, and he said, "Yo, brother, I'll beat your MFing booty." And it's like, calm down.
No,
one
like
wants to
he
fight
has a
you,
lot of
Boogie.
pent up anger.
A lot. Maybe it's from John Walls taking the spotlight from him at Kentucky.
Yeah.
Maybe Coach Cal did something to him.
Coach Cal, respect.
I actually read his book.
On to
It's
college
great.
ball. How do you make your March Madness bracket?
I feel like you have to have like a little bit of a sense of who's playing well and like watch some highlights, but obviously no one does that. Don't always go with the chalk. Don't go with ridiculous upsets like last year when UVA lost to the 16th seed. That's not gonna happen again. That's a once in a lifetime thing.
I think
You gotta go with like,
I think a 16 seed could beat a 1 seed.
I don't know. It literally never happens. Except last
once.
year.
Yeah.
Just once. I feel like you got to go with teams that you know could
Their teams,
mess up.
bro. Their teams, I always ride for. Michigan State, Gonzaga, UNC.
Those are great. These are all top programs that don't necessarily have one
These
and
are
dones.
bro. These are systems.
They play systems.
Systems.
Get you to the championship.
Bro.
Villanova. System.
Villanova sucks this year, but usually they are the system. But
usually they're great.
He's
system.
going to Philly.
Gonzaga system. It's like
Excellent, Mark Few. Yeah. Duke.
I don't know. I would not bet on Duke, folks out there, because
Risky. That'll
one and done,
ruin your
they've never
bracket.
been there,
They could ruin your
super
bracket.
risky. Actually, you never know if Zion's gonna get injured.
And then look out for those middle of the pack teams who went undefeated in an awful league and have veteran leadership and big.
They
wing
always
players.
have something to prove. Look out for mid majors because
Nevada.
We're gonna
Bro.
shock the world. Yeah. We're gonna get out there and
Lob
show
City.
them what
Remember
we do.
Lob City with Florida
they
Gulf
were
Coast?
great.
Bro, they were
They were
sick.
fun to watch. All 2 games of it.
Yeah, damn. I would say Duke either just beats everybody
Yeah.
or somehow loses in a close
Yeah.
game in like the Elite Eight.
Like, Duke could ruin your bracket, but also, like, let's not be surprised if Duke just kills everyone.
Also,
Come on.
Kentucky. I always go way too hard on Kentucky.
Kentucky's not
They're
proven in
good.
the tournament like that, though.
But,
They
bro, they
usually
have
mess
so
up.
much talent.
I mean, Keldon. Did you see what Keldon Johnson
No.
did to?
What did he do?
So Brittany Renner, shout out you, Brittany Renner. That's bundle of Brittany on Instagram.
What?
She's a
Who-
she is a famous Instagram model.
That's just a
For
porn star.
obvious reasons. She dated Lil Uzi, but she's over at the Kentucky game. Want to watch her boys because Big Blue Nation, I guess.
BBN.
Want to watch her boys put in work on the court. Keldon Johnson's over lining up at the free throw line, getting ready to catch a rebound. He sees Brittany Renner in the crowd, winks at her, and goes, "I love you." How do you
That's
like
funny.
that? Shooting your shot in the middle of
Bro,
the
because
game.
they have him, they have Quickly, they have
Hello.
Reed Travis,
They have Tyler
Hero,
who's a
Montgomery,
bucket in his own words.
and Coach Cal. Anybody with Coach Cal is going to do well.
I feel like their lack of star power surprisingly could get them far.
That's what I'm
'cause there are
saying.
no
Because
egos.
Gonzaga, all of the teams we talked about, Gonzaga, Michigan State, they have star players, but they're not thrust onto ESPN and Fox.
Yeah, there's no one like trying to improve their draft stock by any means necessary, so they're willing to sacrifice it.
Make sacrifices for the system.
Yeah.
As we close up,
Sub 2 minutes.
yeah. But,
Let's talk about the shop.
The Shop, yeah. Andre and I watched The Shop.
For those of you who don't know the shop, that's LeBron's talk show where him and Maverick Carter, they go into this empty barbershop with no barbers, and somehow they all
Can
get
somebody
haircuts.
please, any barbers out there, can we please get you onto the show just as a prop?
Yeah,
It feels really odd.
really adds some authenticity to have barbers in the barbershop,
I really liked
I like my barbershop.
Jamie Foxx on that.
So funny.
Jamie Foxx was good. That other guy whose name I always
Gerard
Gerard? Gerard Carmichael, funny.
Yeah, if you're
He's
listening
funny.
out there, SEC, and you want to switch up Big Show,
We had an idea.
Gerard Carmichael and maybe
We are
Hannibal
pitching
Buress,
maybe Hannibal Buress and Gerard Carmichael.
because these
maybe.
musical acts, they're not getting it done.
We
Nothing
want
against
comedy.
you. I see acoustics in the gym. They just don't fit.
I don't
They
feel the
fit.
acoustics.
We want to laugh. Let's get some joy. Let's play with joy, not hatred.
Yes, joy. But yeah, the shop is just LeBron playing with his ego.
Yeah, oh my God.
He really. The more and more I hear from LeBron after loving him for my entire
I
life,
love him so much, but
I start to hate him when I see him talk.
it's very
It's
hard
so-
to like him.
Because he loves himself more than anything else.
He's like on the shop. He invites every single not every single, but a bunch of successful Black Americans, I guess, from the hood in his position. but they're all older than him, and they're all like arguably as successful.
Older than?
Yeah, everyone. On
None
that
of
show
them are as successful.
not as successful, but they're successful.
That's what I'd
They've
want to
obviously
see.
made it, and he's giving them life advice. Like,
Yeah.
that's great,
That's just
but you can
annoying.
tell it's so unsolicited, and they're just like,
Jamie Foxx
Okay,
does not
LeBron.
need LeBron's advice.
No,
Antonio
he
Brown
doesn't.
could use some advice.
he could.
Where do you think he lands? That could
I
happen today, honestly.
don't know much about football, but Jets,
Yeah.
maybe?
Maybe. They're
Did
saying...
they roll that out?
I don't know.
I think they actually did roll that out. I heard John Gruden was actually looking for him.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't really have a plan. I think he's just winging it.
John Gruden is a terrible coach. I don't get what's the deal with. Oh,
Because he won a
sorry.
Super Bowl.
All right.